Welcome to The Warm-Up, a Bailiwick Express podcast giving you an insight into the sports action that is on the horizon. Hello, I'm Nick Mann, and this week I sat down with the Guernsey Basketball Association's Secretary Matt Smart and Treasurer James Tracy to talk about a new drive for sponsorship to help grow the game. They have exciting plans in place, so why not get involved? We begin with Matt explaining more about how the Island Games help drive interest in the sport. Thank you, first of all, for coming in today, talk all things basketball. So I hope maybe just set the scene for us a little bit in terms of where basketball is as a sport.
So we had a very successful Island Games tournament in 2023, which I think showcased interest in basketball in the Guernsey community. We managed to, we're fortunate enough to have the whole of the hall at Beau Séjour dedicated to our sport and filled it every day. Some wonderful atmospheres across the tournament, particularly in relation to the Guernsey men and women's teams, who was supported fantastically by the community. As an upshot of that, we've seen a real growth in the junior game. So young members of the community being interested in getting into our junior development programs. We run a program called Future Stars, which is concerned with the development of young talent. And so we feel like the sport's in a really good place, and we want to take it a lot further.
And I guess the Island Games shows that there's a crowd there, there's interest there. So how do you take that to the next level?
So I think a big part of taking it to the next level is trying to build on the foundations of what we've got locally. So we've got some fantastic talent, some great volunteers, but we want to take the sport to the next level by increasing the amount of opportunities there are to play away. And we've started to do a little bit of that with players getting involved in the Basketball England program. They run an Aspire Academy, and we've sent our first player away to go and play in the UK and be involved in that. And we'd like to see more players have opportunities to play at a higher level and get involved in England basketball and international basketball, aside from just the Island Games, which happens every few years.
So it's about that consistency of playing opportunity, but obviously all of that comes with a financial burden. You're a small club, so what are the opportunities there, and what do you need?
I think we've launched a sponsorship drive, and various colleagues have worked really hard in pulling some documents together that outline our vision and what we're going to need to achieve that. So we're looking to open the door up to various sponsorship partners who might be able to support us with various steps along that journey. So as James said, that might be supporting opportunities for younger players. It might be supporting the successful deployment of our domestic league. It might be looking towards more longer term aims of having our own facility, which will help us achieve key things to deliver development on a number of levels.
In terms of that facility development as well, we saw at the Island Games, you bring the floor in, you bring the hoops in and everything else like that, and created an amazing arena atmosphere. So is it a case that you can go on stages towards this dream of the Stadium Development Project, which I know has been around for a while?
Yeah, I think that's the only way that it's going to be feasible, is to try and do it in stages. There's a number of ways that we can approach it, but at the moment we're leaning on our volunteers to try and put together some financial models so that we can understand what's achievable and what steps we need to take, so we can build a whole funding program around it and try and engage the basketball community and also local businesses to try and support that. But there's quite a lot of groundwork to be done to work out what's possible, come up with a proposal, and then we can go out and try and rally our community around the idea of having a dedicated facility in the long term.
I mean, you mentioned the volunteers there as well. Obviously, most sports rely on volunteers to grow and to even hold their own ground. So what's it like within basketball? What are the opportunities there for people that might not be playing?
So I'm I suppose, a prime example in some ways. I'm from a non-playing background, as it were, and I got involved in table officiating in the year leading up to the 2023 Island Games. So I participate in table officiating for our domestic leagues, and I've had opportunities to do that in interinsular games, and obviously the Island Games themselves. I've found that very rewarding. We're always on the lookout for more table officials. One of the big areas that we would like to increase engagement is in coaching and refereeing. So we really have the demand there in terms of our young people coming through to learn the game and to enhance their engagement with the game. We can never have too many, I don't think, coaches and volunteer and referees rather to assist us with that. We're looking to expand our community engagement program. So if that's community events or fundraising events, people would be very welcome to help us with that. We obviously have a media and communications presence to some degree. Any help with that would be greatly appreciated also.
Can you give us a bit of an idea as well about the numbers of people playing basketball now and how that's changed or grown over time?
So we've got a very active league, and we're running a men's league and a women's league, and then we've also got a second division and junior leagues, under 16 and under 14 leagues. So the league itself has expanded over the last couple of years, and what's been really good to see is those junior leagues being really popular. We've got kids coming up to us asking us, can we play more games? Can we get involved? Can we play in additional leagues? So that's been fantastic. And as Matt was saying before, it's that momentum that we've created from the Island Games, having it in Guernsey, where kids turned up and they saw how fantastic basketball was. They saw what the atmosphere was and how enjoyable it is to play. They've had those opportunities through the Future Stars programme, which Pat Ogier leads, and then they're wanting to play the game. And so we've seen that groundswell of junior players, which we'll see start to filter into the league, which in fact we already are with some of those Future Stars players playing in the leagues, and also in the most recent Island Games playing for the Guernsey team as well.
I mean, I guess that shows like there's, I'm going back to what I was saying before, but the opportunity, the interest is there, the groundswell is there. And again, it comes back to your central message about maybe getting that financial support behind the sport now.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's brilliant to see the enthusiasm and the engagement, and we want to make sure that we provide for that in the best possible way. Our Future Stars programme has brilliant stewards behind it, but obviously you come into wear and tear on equipment. We need new equipment in order to really give the young players what they deserve in terms of the facilities behind the dedicated coaching that exists, and this all cost money, obviously. So this is where it links up with the sponsorship.
And if anyone is interested in sponsoring the sport, what should they do?
So we are developing a website at the moment, which is, if it doesn't already, will imminently have a QR code on it, which will direct any interested parties into how to get further information and how to engage with us on sponsorship, or if there's the GBA has an email address, which is guernseybasketball@outlook.com. So anyone should feel free to drop us an email, and we'd be happy to speak to them about sponsorship opportunities and as James said, volunteering opportunities as well.
I think for anybody who wants to understand a little bit more about what we do and what we're about, there's quite a lot of resource on the Facebook page for Guernsey Basketball. It's easy enough to find. And there's also a Future Stars Facebook page. There's lots of information on there, videos and images and updates of recent events, most notably the interinsulars, the junior interinsulars, which we had very recently, which was another huge success and another great opportunity to showcase our young talent.
That's great. And when does the main season start up again?
That will be in early October.
Brilliant. Okay, so anyone that wants to actually see the action live, it's down to Beausejour and around the schools and stuff, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we tend to run our league nights at Beausejour. So as James said, keep an eye out on our social media channels, and please do come down and support our teams and see what we're all about.
It's great. Thanks for your time.
Thanks,
Well,
Nick.
thank you.
That was the warm-up. Thanks again for listening. Please like and subscribe for more. You can find all our sports news on gsy.bailiwickexpress.com and on all our social channels. Sign up to our daily email to keep up to date on all the work the Express team does.